Lover boy game versus F boy game, or we should call it, being nice guy game versus kind of being a brash asshole, more of a challenge, kind of pushing her away, kind of like rock star game. I'm in town for one night, baby, take it or leave it type game, right? Which one is better? Which one should you do? Well, they both have their place. We'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of each, but I am a fan of said lover boy game. I have two friends of mine, Austin Holloman, good friend of mine, another YouTuber, and also more of an acquaintance. We're friends. We don't hang out a lot because we don't, travel together. He stays in Miami, but Alex from Playing with Fire, he would definitely have that more, I guess, F-boy game. He just kind of very, very screens only for girls that want to damn near come over to my balcony, come over to my place, we'll go on my balcony and drink wine. And if you say no to that on the first date, then I don't have any time for you. And my buddy Austin Holloman's more like getting choosing signals and IOIs, indicators of interest right away, or he doesn't have the patience or time to really stick in there. And it's a little bit more, he's a nice guy, but it's a bit more of the, he's not arrogant with his game, but it's just more kind of it's very obvious what he's selling. It's a short-term fun without any long-term potential. It's gonna be very exciting, and he gets a lot of girls, and he gets good results. But here's why I like said lover boy game, and why I think you pay attention, because this can help you a lot if you're a very average-looking guy like me and have not a ton of money, not a ton of height, etc.
Hey guys, back to the video in just a few seconds, but first, I had to share these amazing results that I've been having on dating apps using 100% fake AI-generated photos. Every single girl that you're seeing on screen right now, I matched with on Bumble using, yes, fake AI photos, and here are the photos on the screen right now that I used. And before you rush to the comments and want to say something dumb like, oh, I could kind of tell that they were fake, I know that you can't tell that they're fake because I'm lying to you. I'm showing you a mixture of both real photos and AI photos, and I bet you can't tell the difference of which is which. And I've done well on the dating apps even before with real photos, but ever since I put AI photos on there into the mix, the results have been absolutely insane, as you were seeing. And not only can I now be super lazy, I don't have to do photo shoots anymore in real life, but I can now get access to backdrops I never could before, such as being on a private jet or some insane looking baller Airbnb. And no, I know what you're thinking. Both the dating app platforms and Instagram cannot tell that these are AI, and they will not get you banned. So if you want some of these for yourself, just check out the link in the video description. It's also in the first pinned comment. It's the same link, and we will get back to the regular video now.
Loverboy game works because at the end of the day, we're all emotional creatures, especially women, and even the biggest hoes and OnlyFans models. At the end of the day, they want relationships. Believe it or not, the tattooed, piercing, OnlyFans hoes, at the end of the day, I swear to God, believe, I know what I'm talking about. I have just a little bit of experience in this field. Understanding psychology of women and dating. I've dated just a few women in my life. They all want relationships at the end of the day too. And here's why Loverboy game can increase your stock, increase your sexual market value, and you could kind of punch above your weight class, or so to speak, right? Let's say, I don't know, you need an arbitrary number of points to sleep with a woman, right? And let's say to get, a girl who's an 8.5, I don't know, you need 17 points, let's say, right? So based on your looks, she kind of likes your looks, but your looks, if you look like Brad Pitt, you just all 17 points would just come from your looks. Money wouldn't matter, socially, if you actually looked like a young Brad Pitt, you'd get all 17 points from your looks. Let's say a guy like me gets, I don't know, 5 or so points from my looks, 5 or so points on my personality, a few points for whatever, et cetera, whatever it is, my money, whatever. The remainder of points that I need to sleep with that girl, to get in a relationship with that girl, could come from connection, come from chemistry. And here's what I mean by that. It's all about value. I use an arbitrary system of points, but again, it's a certain number. You have to have a certain level of value in the girl's mind to be the sex-worthy guy. And if you watch my buddy's podcast, the Fresh and Fit podcast, they'll have these, it's a podcast studio. They have all the women on the panel, and they'll say to the girls sometimes, would you do the traditional to us, red pill style relationship, where, not traditional at all, but traditional in the red pill community, where it's open for the man, he can sleep with other women, not to date them for a long period of time, wear a condom with them, not have too much love or feelings, more of a physical thing, but he is going to smash other bitches. And you're closed. So again, slightly open relationship for him to fuck around with other girls, but closed on your end. You do not sleep with other guys. You go around the panel. Oh, hell no. What about you? No, hell no. If he's smashing other bitches, I'm going to be smashing other N-words, is what they say, because they're all fucking ghetto. I'll be smashing other guys. And they go, okay, cool. So you wouldn't allow it. But what if your man was Drake? Then would you allow it? They all go, well, if I was dating Drake, like the Drake, okay, I guess in that case, I let him smash some other girls, but okay, whatever. But that's Drake though. So why? It's because Drake has a lot of value. Now, you could never, as a, normal guy, have the same like general value to the world, to society that Drake has. So, I'm not telling you that you could have like the same value as Drake, but you could to one girl. There are a lot of women, believe it or not, there are a lot of women that have, and the guys they're with are probably very, very high status and good looking and successful and stuff like that too. But there are a lot of women out there who have a man and their connection, their love for that man is so strong, they would not cheat on their man for Drake. Believe it or not. I promise you this. There's a lot of women out there who would not treat on their man for Drake because their man, or like, let's say even if like they knew Drake, not just to sleep with Drake, but let's say like Drake like wanted to marry them and like he did a polygraph test in front of her and like she knew like Drake was legit. He was going to stop messing around and like he was going to be monogamous to her. She still wouldn't leave his guy because the connection, the existing connection she already has is a lot more valuable than Drake's status, fame, money, etc. So again, just to bring this back to thing. You need a certain number of points. You need a certain number of value. And if you can't fill the gap of like value you need to seduce the woman that you want, or that, in general, the type of women that you like, the gap can be made up for because the prospect of a long-term relationship, of a great connection, of a guy that's, he can be in a relationship, he can, build something long-term with them, can make up that value gap where looks, money and stuff can't. This is why rock stars can do F-boy game, right? They can do the whole like, hey baby, like if it ain't you, it's gonna be the next one. Like, what's up? And the girl's like, no, I'll do it. It'll be me. Because he's a rock star, he already has that much value. But again, as a normal guy, you may need to increase that value gap, which you can. So now let's talk a little bit how to do, said, lover boy game. Right? I don't think we even really defined what it is. We should probably, define what it is more. It's just being, here's the thing, right? You have to have a spine. The extreme version of lover boy game where it's done wrong would be simping, right? Simping is like where you let the woman walk all over you. You're a weak man. You don't stand up for yourself. And you're basically like a little bitch, basically, right? That's like simping, right? Loverboy game, works like this, like, you're talking to the girl and then she says like, oh, she doesn't go to the gym. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, if I was, you were my girlfriend or something like that, that'd be something we'd have to work on, right? That comment is like perfect loverboy game. If you were to be my girlfriend, which means that like, oh, she's gonna go, oh shit, this guy's like, he's one of the few guys that's like, he's looking for love. He's looking for a relationship. He's just not one of the, because most guys just want to like, fucking bounce, right? He's actually like, open to like for a relationship. Oh my God. And the fact that you said like, oh, you don't go to the gym. Oh, that's fine. But if you were to be my girlfriend one day, that'd be something we'd have to work on. Boom. Just that little comment, that little like, I'm not a bitch. I have some standards for the people that I date, right? Another little thing I did is like a little detail. Some girl that I'm dating won some scholarship. It's a girl I'm dating here in Manaus, Brazil. Shout out to Manaus, fucking amazing dating market. I'll give a video where I talk about my thoughts on the amazing dating market for foreigners. And she won some scholarship to like develop mobile apps or something like that. She applied, it was really difficult, it was really competitive, but she won the scholarship and she was like starting a class, free, all paid for by her scholarship, to now develop mobile games for free. And she told me, yeah, I'm so excited, after work, I gotta, shower real quick and then I gotta hustle over there and it starts at 6. I said, cool, awesome. The next day at like 5:55, about 5 minutes before her class begins, I said, hey babe, have a great class today. I know you're going to crush it. Then she goes, oh my God, he remembered. Like she said, você é muito atencioso. Like you'd be very attentive, I guess it would be. Yeah, you're a very attentive, atencioso, but it's like thoughtful is basically what she said. Oh, like you're so thoughtful. So Loverboy game isn't being a bitch. It's not being supplicative to women. It's like say, oh, like, it'd be a little better if you went to the gym, or if you said, if they're rude to you, you still call them out and things like that. But it's you saying things like, or doing the opposite, qualifying them on the good things, like, oh, you do go to the gym. Oh, that's great, because I could never have a girlfriend that was lazy and didn't take care of herself. It's kind of a polarizing statement. It's almost like a little bit, Ashhole's thing to say like, oh, I can never date a lazy girl. But you're qualifying her, you're giving her a unique compliment based on her personality, her viewpoints, her work ethic, her humor, things you have in common, the chemistry, her ambition in the sense, ambitions to take care of herself physically. And you're giving her compliments on that and saying, oh, like, maybe this has some long-term potential because, I could never date a lazy girl, but I'm glad you go to the gym. I'm glad you know about nutrition. I'm glad, we both like, we have a dark sense of humor, so we could, make fun of like wokies together on our date. That'll be fun, something like that. So if you have the value to pull off, F-boy game, or if you find that it just comes very natural to you, and you, especially if you're in the West where, women are very, very masculine and they respond very well to guys who act like they're too good for them, who are very brash, who kind of push them away, who flaunt the fact that they have other options right in their face. It's funny, they get attracted to that and they'll sleep with you for that, but then later on they'll kind of like hold that against you, right? But, in the end, Loverboy game is like, you're high value, you're very, very sweet. You're very, very sweet. You're attentive. You remember little things. If she mentioned, at some point, oh, my favorite food is carbonara, right? Like, oh, okay, cool. Then like a week later, 3 weeks later, you cook her carbonara, or you at least take her to a restaurant, and you're like, yeah, we don't need a menu. Like, I got you. Like, oh, I want to see the menu. No, don't worry about it. Like, you're getting carbonara. She's like, oh my God, you remembered. Because it's like an Italian restaurant or something like that, and you're ordering her favorite food. Little things like that. And again, you guys will start punching above your weight class. Trust me. If you start coming from the frame and gaming girls and talking to girls from the frame of like, this has long-term potential, this is what I like, I'm seeing, you have qualities that I look for, in a relationship, then you're going to start landing a lot more beautiful women than you otherwise would have, because once again, like I said, it's like you need a certain level of value. If you can't get all the value with like looks and money and your super outgoing personality, the rest of the value gap can be filled by a guy that has long-term potential, a guy has a very strong connection, and a guy who's just showing himself to be very, very sweet. And you'll get the higher quality girls this way, right? Like the OnlyFans models, these are the girls that like respond better to like F-boy game, right? Like the girls like the very promiscuous women, the girls with a lot of tattoos, the girls that do drugs, the party girls. These are the girls that respond better to F-boy game. But again, like the girl that I'm dating, the girl that and she's 28 years old. Also depends where she is in her life. But I would say that, it certainly works well for 22, 20. It's not even the age. I take that back. It's not even so much the age. It's just the personality type of girl that she is. Like the type of girl that would like win a scholarship to get free, to get like, a super competitive scholarship and get like her, mobile app development software classes all paid for free in a country like Brazil that does not have a lot of extra resources to giving away educational scholarships, and doesn't post any scandalous photos of her butt or anything on her Instagram, and has a private Instagram, and is also the general or the manager of a Samsung store, etc. Anna, she was on my previous log. It was a girl that I picked up when I was doing day game in the mall with Austin Holloman. A girl like that is going to respond way better to said Loverboy game. So not only do you get it, to close this value gap like I talked about, but you'll also get the type of women you could bring home to mom, right? Because again, these are the girls more inclined to be responsive to that, the higher quality women, and they're the ones more open to relationships. If you like this video, then subscribe for more free game, boys. Peace.